Have you ever had a day where just everything goes wrong? Well, yesterday was that kind of day for me. Jeff and I were supposed to go to Bay English. We were going to meet with one of the administrators there, and I decided I was going to vlog on the way. This is JR, the expat in Saigon. I'm walking over to meet Jeff at Sweet Coffee today. We're going to go to Bay English and talk to the people there and see how they work as an English school. Jeff works there and he seems to think it's a really organized place and that they're doing a good job with the kids. Well, that didn't work out so good. I accidentally left my white balance on and everything came out like this with bright pink in the highlights. So the video I shot was all pretty bad, pretty unusable. Then I ran into Jeff at Sweet Coffee. Yeah, there's Jeff waiting on me. We're gonna go in and have a coffee and then discuss what's going on at the school. We were supposed to meet there. I thought we were gonna sit and have coffee, but he said, let's go now. Let's go on over to Bay. He said, I need to get over there and get back home. So we headed out. Anyway, we didn't have time for coffee, so we're headed over to Bay English right now. Gonna talk to the guys there, see if there's anything we can do for a shoot. I think everybody would like to see how a real English center works here. Well, on the way to Bay English, it started to sprinkle a little bit. Well, that didn't last long. It turned into an absolute deluge. We were ankle deep in water, taking shelter under an awning that had fallen off of a building. It was a mess. The water in the street was 6-7 inches deep. Finally, we got a little break and stopped in a little coffee shop to kind of wait until the rain quit coming down so hard. So we headed over to the coffee shop. When we got there, everything was fine. We waited and waited and waited. The rain just didn't stop. It kept on coming. So we decided to make do with our one umbrella that we had and try to make it over to Bay English. Bay English was only about 5 minutes from where we were going, so it really wasn't that hard to get there. We walked over there and minimal wet. Of course, all this time, all my camera equipment was in a garbage bag that I always carry just in case. So I didn't really get any video of anything. It was kind of disappointing. Hey, we made it to Bay English. There's Jeff. We nearly drowned coming here, but overall not a bad trip. We just stopped for coffee and dried off a little. I still have drops coming from my head. Once we got to Bay, the administrator that we were supposed to meet wasn't there. So we went all that way and didn't get to meet the guy that we're supposed to meet. It was really disappointing. After that, I decided to go back to the house. So I started walking home down a busy street and the rain just started up again. So I decided I'd take a grab car. I caught a grab car and it only cost me $1 basically to get home. It was worth every cent. If I'd walked home, I would have been soaked. My carry-on bag would have been soaked and it would have been pretty miserable. Even my shoes were starting to get wet inside. So all in all, it was probably the best idea to take that grab car home. I really like these Shinto Yua. It's a coconut flavored Shinto. They're really good. I order one of those every time I come to Sweet Coffee or here at Saigon Star. They make the best ones. They use nothing but fresh ingredients. Can't beat it. Well, all this was fine until I did get home and started looking at the video footage that I had shot. That's when I discovered about the white balance. And every frame of every photo that I took had bright pink in it anywhere that it was bright white outside. I was ashamed of myself and my skills. So all in all, I'd say yesterday was a pretty horrible day. It actually, maybe it wasn't horrible, but it was certainly unproductive. Jeff and I have an idea for a new channel with a new technique for teaching English that I think is going to be real novel. We're going to announce something on that pretty soon. It's going to be directed mostly at the Southeast Asian countries. We're going to start with Vietnam, and after that we'll probably do Thailand and Laos and Cambodia and Philippines. The idea for the channel is that you don't have to sit down and study, and you don't have to spend a lot of time with it, and you can study at your own pace. So I think it's going to be really good. Jeff's excited about it, and so am I. So we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a really good opportunity for people to learn English and study without having to spend a lot of time just sitting there and writing paragraphs and conjugating verbs and things like that. So all in all, I think it's a good plan. We'll see how it goes. Ray and I are still working on our beer video that we promised everybody a long time ago. It's unfortunately met a little setback. We had some footage that got lost, and so we're still working on it and plan to have it out pretty soon too. It'll be a good one. We're going to talk about the beer here in Vietnam and the beer in the Philippines, and how people drink beer and what they do with it. We're going to talk about people's favorite brands, how they do their beer drinking, and how it's different from in our country. So we'll see what goes on with that. It should be good. A couple of friends have asked me what happened to our anniversary party. Well, so far we haven't had one. We've got some problems with scheduling. Some of the people couldn't make it. Some of the people are out of the area, and plan to maybe make it in September sometime. It's the party, so who cares when it is, as long as you have plenty to eat and plenty to drink. The next few months are going to be really noisy at my house. I'm not going to be able to do anything for my YouTube channel during the day. They're tearing the house next to mine down, and they're going to build a new house on the same lot. The house there now is a 2-story, and they're going to build a brand new 3-story house there. So we're going to have construction noise from about 8:30 in the morning till about 6 o'clock every evening. So all of my video work is going to have to be done after 6:30 or so in the evening, after all the construction workers have gone. It's going to be a real hassle, and it's probably going to go on for 3 to 4 months. So anyway, that's about it for today. If you enjoyed the video, I wish you'd like and subscribe. Could really use your help on that. I get a lot of viewers and not many subscribers. So just push the button, it's free. Thank y'all for watching.